Well, hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. I'm Corny Swiss, and today I'm driving the Panzer IV F2 in the simulator battle event. But that's not really the subject of this video. The subject of this video is that we are now going to start accepting replays from really anyone who wants to send us them. And occasionally, every once in a while, when I remember or when I'm in the mood or when I find a replay that pushes a certain button for me, I'll feature it on the channel. Now, the mechanism for doing this is going to be pretty simple. I've set up an email account, cornybros.replays@gmail.com. Alright, and I'll have the link in the description, and hopefully it just flashed up on screen if I remember. What you do is you send the replay file for, well, I'll go through the process for War Thunder and World of Tanks, I guess Wargaming products. And those are kind of the only ones I think I'm going to accept at the moment. We might expand our horizons. So for War Thunder, you take the replay file out of your replays folder in your game files, and you email us that file to the email address cornybros.replays@gmail.com. And when you email it, it'd be nice if in the email you could, include your in-game name so we know who, just so in case I can't read it or I can't pronounce it, or, well, I guess it wouldn't help pronouncing, but for whatever, just include your in-game name, and then maybe a quick, brief little description about what happens, why this replay is super cool, or for whatever reason, like you got 1,000 kills, for example. It can be something very simple, but just so, or if there's something in the replay that happens that's really funny or something like that, maybe include like a timestamp from the replay where that occurs, because there's the little timer in the bottom of the little replay bar, so you can give me like a timestamp and I can look at that, I can pay attention to that time more so. But the way it'll work is that's how it'll work for War Thunder. You'll email me the files. If you want to send me like World of Tanks or things like that, upload it to that World of Tanks like replay portal. I can't remember the name of it right now, but upload it there and then email me the link to your post, so that way I can just watch it from there and I don't need to deal with that file. And I feel like that should be a pretty good little system. And the things to note about when you're sending in replays. If you send in a replay, don't assume that it's going to be, the one I pick. There are going to be times when I may not show a subscriber replay for some time, and that's not because there aren't good ones, it's just because maybe I have other things I need to do, or maybe I just didn't have enough time to really dig through and find one that I wanted to post. But I will try and make it, I hesitate to say I'll make it a weekly thing, but if I was, it would probably be like on Fridays. I'll do a subscriber replay. That might be kind of cool. But when you send us the replay, you are agreeing that if me or Phil decide to show your replay, that we can like monetize the video and things like that, just so we can make a normal video for us. But like I said, don't assume, if you send in like 10 replays, don't assume that I'll pick one. It's going to be it's going to be honestly, how do I feel that day? In terms of criteria, I don't really have any, and the most kills doesn't really mean anything to me, because you think about it, if you could get 10 kills just sitting in one spot, and it's not really compelling to me. But if you did something like crazy and you netted a bunch of kills, that's pretty cool, or you just did something crazy and it worked and it was cool, then that's something I'll be interested in. So, and if you send a replay that you thought was really good and I didn't do it, I don't think this will be a problem, but I may not have seen it, and also there may have been something I thought was maybe a little different or a little more compelling to me. So, I don't know, it seems like a fun little thing we can do, and with that email address I can put it all into one and maybe every few days go through and watch some of them, like pick the ones I think are most interesting from like that description, and then watch some of those and see if I can't come up with one for a video. Because the goal would be to do it once a week, and maybe on like a Friday, kind of like something you can expect. You know, every Friday there'll be a subscriber replay. Now that's not a given yet, because I don't know how many replays we're going to get, because we, obviously we're just starting this, and I don't know how frequently I'll be able to sit down and really watch some of these. And then you think about it, once I pick the replay I want to show, I then have to watch it a few times so I know what's happening, so I can talk about it with some level of, I guess, intelligence. The advantage of my replays is that I played them. I know most of what exactly happens depending on how recent I played it. If I played it that day, it's very likely I remember the entire match. But if it was a few weeks ago, maybe not. That T-34's back. So, yeah, I'll definitely have the email in the description. And I'll also have it, hopefully it popped up on screen, hopefully I remember. But if I didn't, just whatever, it'll be in the description. And if it's not in the description, I'm really struggling, you need to yell at me. But, so the process will be, you take the replay file, send it to that email, and then I'll put it into my game files, into my replay files, and watch it. Now, something else is that since War Thunder updates, changes, I guess, updates it fairly frequently for games. There might be a time when I have like 100 replay files that I'm like sorting through, and then the game updates the next day, and all 100 of those I can't use anymore. Right? I could try and save different versions of the game, but that's just going to be very costly in terms of hard drive space and things like that, and I'm not sure if it's I'm not 100% sure if that's worth it. So if you send me a replay and then the next day like a patch hits and all the replay files are broken from the previous version, there's not much I can do about that unless I haven't updated my game, which I think I have to watch the replay. So that's an issue. I know with World of Tanks you can save older versions and get away with that, and I imagine you can do the same thing with War Thunder. If you can't, then you can, and it makes that decision a lot easier. So yeah, because there was I was going to show a replay from a few patches ago, but then obviously the patch happened, and I can't show a replay from an old patch. A little unfortunate, but all that being said, feel free to send me kind of whatever you want, and please don't like spam me. Like, don't send me like 100 like every replay file you get in the hopes that I pick one of them. I'll pick the ones that I really find compelling, and that's nothing to say that's not saying that the one you sent me wasn't that good. It's just I found one that I thought was maybe a little better, and it could be me picking between two gems, in which case I might just pick both of them. But that was unfortunate. SU-122 I didn't even see. But I guess just send me replays that you find that you would want to see in a video on YouTube. And just don't send me like every replay ever, because I certainly won't have time to watch them all. And I'm also going to try and vary like whose replay I pick. I don't want to always pick like the same people's replays. I kind of want to mix it up, because this isn't there's a lot of people who might send me replays, and I want to feature as many people as I can. So yeah, thanks for watching. I've been Corny Swiss, and I'll see you next time.